Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques,
Hulk,
Jacques,
Hulk.
what's up, folks? Good evening, good evening. Hope everyone is doing well today. Jacques, we are here, man.
Yep,
Hey,
yep, yep,
you was
yep.
at the game.
Yes, I was.
Definitely saw everything up front.
Yep.
I watched the game, of course, and 100%. We
Yes.
lost, of course, to the Dallas Cowboys 27-13, man.
Yep. Yep.
We
Yep.
definitely got a lot to talk about for sure, man.
Mhm.
So yeah, we got 12 people in the chat already, Jacques.
Yep. We do. We do. I know it's kind of early, guys. So I know y'all used to us doing late shows. So I know a lot of people probably still might be at work or just doing other things because it is New Year. Like New Year's is coming up or whatever. So I understand if we don't have a lot of people to chat, but we got our first guys in. He said, "What a pleasant surprise,
What
folks."
up? What up, Ian?
Latoya P in the building. What up? What
Latoya
up? What up?
P.
We
What's
got what
happening?
about Rob's? Hey, we gonna that's a conversation, you know.
Yes, sir.
Mom 808 Toy, what up? Sup? He
What's
said,
up, y'all?
JS75. He said, what's up? They
What's
piling
good?
in now, bro. Chris, what up? What up, Chris?
What up?
And we'll talk about it. It's gonna be a heavy. We know that the biggest topic and the biggest thing of the day is Dobbs and Malik. So we're gonna talk about it. Trust us.
Yep.
Titans Overdrive. What
Titan
up? What up?
Overdrive. What's
Jonathan,
good?
Jonathan C. Jonathan, what up? He says, evening, gentlemen. Evening. Yes.
AC.
Young Lee, tighten up.
Young
Tighten up.
Lee.
We got Sherrod in the building. What up? What
Rod.
up? What up? What up?
What's
So,
up? What up?
yes, sir.
Hey, we appreciate everybody, tuning in as we actually are closing out the year of 2022, man. And I don't know if we will have a show tomorrow before 2021. I mean 2022 is over with. But we hope everyone, had a good year this year going into next year, saying, with a great mindset and everything like that for sure, man. So we got to talk about this game, Jacques, for sure, man. We had predicted that the Dallas Cowboys would win. I mean, we all said, like, if the Cowboys lost this game, they're in some trouble, right?
yeah.
Because we did have a lot of backups out there, and we understood the challenges that we had. So our expectation wasn't really that high, but we did lose the game. You still play the game, still some opportunities, of course. So if you could give us two reasons as why we lost to the Dallas Cowboys 27-13.
Well, one reason is just not enough, if that makes sense, right? And what I mean, just not enough. You had the turnovers that went your way. Offensively, Dobbs was doing pretty good. Some of your receivers were catching the ball. Offensive line blocked okay, right? But you just didn't have enough to get it over the hump to try to get those extra points and that extra thing that needed to go your way, right? Like I said, offense tried, but I mean, offenses you can only do what you can do, right? You can only deal with what you can deal with. So, I mean, one reason it just wasn't enough. And sidebar, just a real tidbit: the Dallas Cowboys suck. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why they suck. Because you let a JV team, a quarterback that's only been here 8 days, third and fourth stringers really keep up with you like that. And the Dallas Cowboys are not going to go nowhere. Let me just say that. I just want to put that out there. So shout out to them. And the team, they gave it heart. They tried. Number two, and I've never really been a component of this, but I'm going to say it, the refs. The refs, man, they say, and I don't want to go there, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it, man. Sometimes certain teams get calls their way, and we're the Tennessee Titans, guys. We're not the Dallas Cowboys. We're not Tom Brady. We're not an old franchise where you're going to get those type of calls. You're the Tennessee stinking Titans, okay? So those pass interference calls that was called on us was trash. That was hella trash. I was like, what? I said, I play DB. That's just real good physical play. And so I think those two factors played into play. And then, of course, defensively, you can only try what you can do. So that's for me. What about you, Hawk?
So, great points. I think more than anything, man, when you look at, we look at the team stats, right? You look at overall what we had. Time of possession wasn't that big of a difference. They had the ball 33 minutes. We had 26 minutes. So, a little bit of a difference. And, you see the turnover ratio. But I think more than anything, look at the penalties, bro.
Yep.
They had 3 penalties for only 35 yards for an entire game. We had 10 penalties for 124 yards.
Right.
Penalties killed us, okay? And to your point, some of those penalties, at least 2 of them for sure, were ref-driven penalties. I mean, it clearly they called the pass interference on Roger McCreary. Okay, that was questionable, right? Okay, fine. But the same situation happened on the other end as well, too, with the Dallas Cowboys on Traylon Burks. I'm like, hey, that looked the exact same as Roger McCreary in that same situation, even with the roughing the passer, right? They got Monty. I think it was a Monty Rice that hit Dak Prescott. I think it was Monty
Mhm.
Rice, and they said they drove him to the ground. Okay, that's still questionable, but like, yeah, I guess. Then when it happened to Josh Dobbs, same situation, they didn't call it. So
Mhm.
it was, through Twitter, even on ESPN, they talked. Not on ESPN, it was on what was it on?
Amazon. Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Even though they talked about it, it was kind of like it's a kind of uneven out here on penalties, right?
Mhm.
Now, some of the penalties was on us, a la
Mhm.
Dennis Daly.
Right.
Two huge penalties, man. Huge. Where one we was about to drive them fourth down, and then because of the penalty, now we had to punt. That just changed the whole game, man. A lot of idiotic plays that happened for us from a penalty standpoint that was on us. Even though some of the pass interferences, you look at Trey Avery. Trey Avery put in a great effort. Trey Avery covers pretty well, but shout out to my brother Mark the Skeptic. His issue, he doesn't have ball skills. When the ball's in the air, he gets lost. He just starts grabbing on the first thing he can grab. Pass interference, it happens a lot. Literally, Dallas's most successful offensive plays just throwing the ball deep, hoping to get a pass interference, and it worked, right?
Right.
So penalties killed us, okay? I also think, too, man, the Dallas Cowboys, their run defense is okay, almost below average, actually. And we did not run the ball well. We only had 97 yards rushing yesterday. And so we were not able to sort of control that part of the game that made us throw it a whole lot, what I'm saying,
Right.
yesterday or whatever. So, to sort of even that out, to sort of help, because at the end of the day, we only had 13 points. We can
Mhm.
talk about, Josh Dobbs throwing and the efficiencies of the offense and those different things, but we only had 13 points. And so we did not run the ball well and didn't run, efficiently. So I think, I don't think the Cowboys was really trying to take it out. It just didn't work well. I mean, at the end of the day, we had backup offensive linemen. I get that. You had a really good Dallas defense, right? And, I think overall they blocked well from a pass rushing standpoint. I was shocked to see Dennis Daly blocking Micah Parsons pretty well. I was shocked, right? Besides his idiotic penalties, but we didn't run the ball well. And I think that hurt us from a
Yeah.
time of possession standpoint, too. So those are the reasons as to why I thought we lost this game.
A great reason. Very great reasons. And again, man, this is what. Let's go to the chat, dog. Let's see. We got some new people in here. Let's see. We got Jonathan Tight. We need to keep Dobbs. Like I said, that's
Okay.
another. We're gonna talk
What
about
up,
it.
Jap?
OC615. What up, bro? Hey,
What
shout out
up?
to the Grizzlies. Shout out to the Grizzlies, by the way. Grizzlies
That's a
doing their
dope
thing.
logo.
It
You
is
see
a dope
the
logo.
Grizzly on top of the Titans logo? That's
Yeah,
dope.
that's dope. That is dope.
Yeah.
JS75, what up, bro? Titans
What up?
Fox. He says, tighten up, y'all. What up? What
Tighten
up?
up.
Jay Porter in the building. What up, bro? What up?
What
What
up,
up?
Jay Porter?
What up? We got Cole. Traylon plays great every time they give him the touch. Oh yeah, we're
That's
gonna
a
talk
fact,
about.
Cole.
Hey, we're gonna talk about him too. I'm like I said,
Stanley.
today's show. I'm kind of different. I'm looking at it in a different way. So we're gonna talk about it. Stanley, what up, bro? He said he off, man. I feel you, bro. Me too. Rodney.
Yes.
What up, bro?
Yes.
Yes,
What up,
sir.
Rodney?
Too many
Yeah.
pass interference calls. And pass interference, man, in the NFL now is so just egregious. And if you are a specific receiver, they're going to give it to you every time. So I guess Traylon has to learn how to sell it, I guess. Titan
All
South,
right.
$2 super chase says CD was torching us, but KB owns Dak. Yes, he does.
Yes, he does, Titan South. Titan South back in the building early,
Yes,
y'all.
sir.
Hey, Titan South. Do-do-do-do.
Boom!
Titan South in the building early. Hey, you're right about that, bro. CD
Yes,
was
sir.
torching us, but KB was like, "Hey, bro, hey, you keep playing around. I'm gonna get some more interceptions, man." And shout out to Kevin Byard, man.
Yes, sir. Jake, the all-time leading interceptor of the Titans. Yes, sir. Shout out to him.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Your alum, Hawk.
MTSU,
Uh,
and he ties for the lead in the NFL since 2016 in interceptions. Shout out to Kevin Byard, man.
Man, Kevin killing it. Jakey Yon, he said, I made a show. I
Jake
missed
Yon.
the last two. Hey, welcome back, bro.
Welcome back, Jake Young.
You always invited to the family, bro. Go and have
Absolutely.
a seat and get you some popcorn, my brother.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So, Hawk.
Y'all hit that like button, by the way, too, y'all.
Yes, sir. We have 40 people. Let me ask you this. Despite the loss, was there any positives that you can take from this game and feed off of, I guess, into the next game and even into sort of next year? Talk to me.
Well, I don't know about next year.
Well,
I
not next
just
year, but you know what I mean.
yeah,
Any
yeah.
positives from this game?
Yeah, I would say I'd say for this game and even going
Okay,
into the
hold on,
next game.
hold
Oh,
on.
we got something?
Before you continue, Hawk,
Okay.
we got a $10 super chat from my guy Stanley.
Stanley.
He says, I think I can speak for Titans fans and say that we are not that disappointed about losing this game. Dobbs went through his reads and tried to get that open receiver most of the times on checkdowns. We will talk about Dobbs, Stanley, but thank you for the $10 super chat, bro. Oh,
Absolutely, Stanley.
oh,
Great statement, man. And we definitely will chop it up on that for sure. So, Stanley Wilson. Do. Boom. Stanley Wilson in the building. Appreciate it, Stanley. Thank you,
yes,
sir.
sir.
Thank
So
you.
any positives, Hawk?
Yes. So I think the positives from this game and even going into the next game against Jacksonville was the surprise factor of us passing the football. Looking at it offensively, I thought that we did a pretty good job in passing. Shout out to Josh Dobbs and the offense itself in getting the ball out. If you look at the offense itself, Josh Dobbs had 232 yards passing, 20 for 39, one touchdown, one interception. Now that only equates to about a 67% quarterback rating, right? The interception hurt for sure. And you look at his quarterback percentage, right? It's right above 50%. You know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of drop passes too, but there was some missed throws and things like that. But at least we got the ball out, pushing it down the field. I wish we could have scored more points. And I've seen people talk about, like on Twitter, just how the offense was moving much better, even without Derrick Henry on the field. But this is how I look at it. I think because he's not on the field, you don't really know what's going to happen on the defense, right? So it's kind of like, okay, we don't know if they're going to run or pass the ball. So I'm looking at it like, okay, next week, if you can have that same type of mentality with Derrick Henry, run the same offense. Don't have Derrick Henry on the bench on third down. Then the defense is going to say they're going to pass the ball. First and second down, they're going to run the ball. Very predictable. I think that's what helped by him passing the ball. The fact that he learned the offense in 8 days and was able to get the ball out and push the ball down the field. Great throw to Racey McMath. He had Traylon Burks balled out. Great job to Traylon Burks. Robert Woods, though, he had a drop. So did Traylon. They had some drops, but they did make plays. Robert Woods with the touchdown. So I was just impressed on the fact that you just signed a guy who was able to get some yards down the field. We had 220 total yards passing. The Cowboys was at 274, so it wasn't that much of a difference. And yards per play was the exact same, right at under 5 yards a play. So we just didn't score points. But I just think that, penalties hurt us. Third down efficiency hurt us. There's a lot of things that hurt us. But we were able to at least push the ball a bit better now, than we have been over the last several weeks. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was a positive for sure, man. So what about you, Jacques?
I'm gonna let you have that. I'm going to trailer, man. I'm impressed when Dobbs is able to get him the ball, right? And shout out to Dobbs for doing what he was doing. But I'm going a little different. I'm excited to see what Traylon does when he gets more than 4 or 5 targets a game. Now, I know he did have a miss in that catch. That throw was a little behind him, but still, I'm excited. I think to me the play of the game was from him when he tiptoed on the sideline, shook the corner off, and extended the play. He's becoming something to be great that I'm excited about, and we're really going to need him next week against Jacksonville. 2, I like how Downing used him again when he did the pitch to him and he had him running around, right? So if him and Dobbs can get that chemistry going, I think that should be Dobbs' number 1 option the whole time, even next week. I'm like, hey, shoot it to Traylon. But I like what I see from this positive standpoint of he's healthy, he's getting involved early, and when he is getting involved, he's getting that rack yard. So for me, I like the positivity from Burks. Burks is becoming the man to me, and he's making up for, not saying right now for the AJ trade, but AJ even gave him a shout out, man. Was like, hey, he did what he did. And then 2, with getting Chig involved too. I'm telling you guys, everybody's on the Dobbs train. Hey, I'm with it, but I'm also excited to see what we have with Chig and Burks. And we just got nice little building blocks to just go off from this game. And if we do make the playoffs, right, even in the playoffs or whatever, not saying we will, but hopefully we will. I mean, it'd be nice. But I'm really on the Burks and Chig train, man. And I like what I'm seeing from those 2. So that's for me, positives for me.
Okay. Cool. So as far as this game, overall, though we did lose this game, there were highlights in this game for sure. Given the fact that we had a JV team, as you said, on the field, literally a JV team. Was there anyone that you felt that was the player of the game this game?
I'll give it to Dobbs. I will,
Okay.
and I'm gonna give it to Dobbs on the key. He came in 8 days, learned the offense. I heard he's a fairly pretty smart guy, and you can tell. And like you said, he was able to push the ball downfield. Now it's a different scheme, and I know Hawk. I know you say, why don't we do it with Derrick Henry on the field? But when Derrick Henry's not on the field, it was a couple of plays where I was like, my boy Mike, Big Mike, shout out to Big Mike. He was like, man, we about to run the ball. I thought we was running the ball, and all of a sudden Dobbs rolls out. I'm like, okay, what is this? Why wasn't this implemented? Even when Tannehill was out there, like, what's going on? Like, what's different where you can execute this? Now, maybe it's because Dobbs is smarter than Tannehill and Malik. I don't know, right? He's an intelligent dude. He can process a little bit more and faster. But to me, it was Dobbs. Now, I'm gonna say this: there was some passes that was a little rusty. I'm intrigued, but for me, it was Dobbs. What about you, Hawk?
So I'm gonna go on the defensive end, and I'm gonna give it. I'm that boy Titan Fox. I'm
Yeah,
gonna say Kevin Byard. You know what I'm saying? So we said in the pregame show, how can we beat the Dallas Cowboys?
yeah.
Turnovers and the fact that Dak Prescott will throw interceptions. It will be there. We said that those opportunities will be there. Dak is a risky thrower because I think he thinks CD Lamb is just going to be open at all times. Now, T.Y. Hilton actually surprised me and did pretty well, and he felt like he was back in his Colts days. So T.Y. Hilton has lit us up over the past. You know what I mean? But Dak was sitting there throwing, just throwing around like crazy, and then hey, that boy Kevin Byard, 2 interceptions, man. You know what I'm saying? These were great interceptions. One of them he read like he does on a lot of plays, man. He's smart. He's smart. And it was, but the only sad part about it, you know how many points we scored on those turnovers?
None.
6 points.
Oh, so six.
2 field goals. That's it. So it's like, damn, I wish we could have capitalized on those turnovers, man. We came out with nothing on these turnovers at the end of the day, and one of them was closer to the end zone for us. So we only had 6 points, and I do see comments in the section, from Tier Tart, Gibbons, the linebacker, who played a hell of a game as well.
Dr. Gibbons, bro.
He did.
He's another one I like.
Yep,
he's
for
another
sure.
one I like. Yeah.
Yep. And Traylon Burks for sure as well too. Those guys really stepped up. But I'm going to go Kevin Byard. Kevin Byard was one of the lone starters on the field. I don't know if you heard about Antonio Adams, man. He tore his patellar tendon, man. When he got hurt, I said he's hurt. I see it. He's done. That's a bad injury, man. Praying that he all gets well for sure, man. You know what I mean? That's a tough loss for us, man. At safety, he plays like a linebacker actually.
Yeah.
But a shout out to Kevin Byard, man. Definitely to me the player of the game, man.
Yep. And Rocky, I like this. Gibbons and David. I like Gibbons. Gibbons is, man, he's a great run stopper. He's aggressive. He just needs reps. I mean, he's getting key reps, and he can turn into something nice if they stick with. He's a good depth player. Let me say that. Real good depth player. And he'll add depth to that linebacker core that I think just young and just needs to get a little bit more experience. And like I said, it's a lot of key pieces besides quarterback that I'm excited about. Going into next year and even next game with some things. So they played it. Defense, man, I got to give it to defense. The defense tried. They tried. They tried their best. They tried from what they had out there. And I said the Cowboys should be ashamed. I mean, I was at the game, and the Cowboy fans that was around us. And by the way, this was a Cowboys home game. If I ain't never seen it, bro. They was in there talking about what did I text you, Hawk, that they were chanting? They were chanting "Go Cowboys" or what did I say?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you,
yeah, let's go Cowboys.
Let's go Cowboys. Yep, and they was in there. But you know what? Even though it was a home game, I told you I was gonna go in here having a good time. Man, I had a ball, bro. I had a ball, and it's just not. I was watching the game. I was paying attention to the game, but I was also just the atmosphere, our people around us. We just had a good time. Like, we kind of knew we was gonna lose the game. The guys in front of me, man, he had guys in front of me that was acting a fool. So it was cool, man. Like I said, I already know what this team is. I'm going to ride with them, but also if I'm kind of there, I'm like, hey, I'm with you, bro. We had a ball, so it was fun, dude.
That's cool, man. That's cool. That's cool, dude. That's cool. I tell you this, man. Man, it would have been cool if we'd have won the game because I'm sure Kevin Byard would have wanted to do this, though it was in Nashville. Be like, hey, we here, Cowboy fans. We here. But yeah,
Raven,
man. So
Raven 76 be more. What up, bro? He said, salute. Keep your heads up tight, nation. Hey, man, we good, bro. Hey, y'all get in the playoffs, man. Y'all make sure y'all at least try to do something. You know what I mean? We trying to get there, but hey, we don't.
Be more. Be careful, though.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh is nipping at your heels. Be careful. You know what I'm saying? but I don't know who bought. Let us know who Baltimore plays this week. But I know Pittsburgh is nipping right now. Pittsburgh's been winning. It's kind of crazy how they're winning games. They're winning, so just be careful. So,
And you
all
know,
right,
we had some cool little Cowboy fans around us. We were talking trash to them too. We were talking mad trash. Even though we was losing, we were talking trash, man. It was funny.
Well, Cowboy fans kind of let me know if I'm wrong. And I know a whole lot. I know as many Cowboy fans as Titan fans probably. I mean, it's so many Cowboy fans around the world, right? Okay, hold on. We got all right, Sean Britton.
Yes,
What's
sir.
up?
He says, "What up?" KB went nuts yesterday. He sure did. I really wish we could have scored off those turnovers, but I'm saying the refs really didn't want Titans to win. I've never seen a team that's been penalized 127 times. Yeah, it happens. It happens. But you know what? Let me say this. It can't be as worse as the worst penalty I've ever seen in NFL history was when the Saints, when the Saints played, they got that pass interference call, which wasn't a pass interference call.
Yeah.
That's the worst call I've ever seen in life. Like, that's the worst penalty I've ever seen. So I get it. We know how the NFL is, but they be on some other stuff. But let's give them that boom, bro.
Them penalties hurt us bad.
They did.
Sure. I mean, 10 penalties versus 3. It's almost like the Cowboys didn't do anything wrong, really, man. But
it's the Cowboys.
Yep. Sean Britton, we got you twice, bro. Do-do-do-do.
Boom.
Do-do-do-do.
Boom.
Sean Britton in the building. Heavy. Sean, we appreciate it as always, sir. As always, man. So cool. All right, y'all. So we are at our favorite part of the show, y'all. Again, you are at the live chop up, the post-game edition. We want to give you all an opportunity, man, to chop up some ingredients, man. Hey, put the ingredients on the table, mix it up, man. And hey, we serving dinner all day, bro. Hey, y'all throw the questions out there, fire them off, man. We'll answer them as quickly as we can, man. So let's get it.
Okay, let me see. It was earlier questions that I seen, Hawk, that I got to go back and find. Hold on.
Okay.
And if you see a question before I get there, go ahead and throw it up on the thing. There we go. Tommy Dixon. All right, Tommy Dixon with the first question. He says, can you see Josh Dobbs being Titans next year? Hulk, I'm going to let you go and handle that real quick.
Okay, so I guess just saying being on the roster, I'm looking at, maybe the roster next year. I think Josh Dobbs would have an opportunity, after this particular game, and if he does well against the Jags, he will have an opportunity to be somebody's QB2. So I think it just depends on how much money would be willing to give to him. And as far as the Titans, what they do with Ryan Tannehill to bring in Dobbs, a lot of times players like that, you'll see sort of a lightning in a bottle and you never see them again. That's normally what happens. You know what I'm saying? So would I be shocked if he was if he was on the team next year? I wouldn't be shocked. I could see him being on the team next year. Hey, to at least challenge, right? To be a challenge. But regardless, I do think Josh Dobbs has extended his NFL career for at least 2 years for what he did yesterday. You know what I'm saying? He definitely has a place in the NFL because I think, one, when people say, man, you got to be a rocket scientist to figure that out, Josh Dobbs is a rocket scientist, literally. He had a 4.0 GPA, so you know he has it up here. So will he be the starting quarterback next year? No, I don't think that. But I do think, will he get an opportunity? Maybe. So...
That's what Matthew Levy was asking. Could Dobbs be our starter next year?
What do you think, Josh?
It depends on the new GM. Again, we can say we want Dobbs, we can say we want Malik, we can say we want Tannehill. Whoever that new GM is, and he comes in and says, I don't like Dobbs, I don't like Malik, I don't like Tannehill. They all got to go. We don't know. We can say, we couch people. We sit at the crib. We got YouTube channels. We talk about this. But ultimately, in that front office, whoever they find, whoever they say, hey, do you see enough of Dobbs? I only see 2 games of Dobbs. Okay, cool. Did you see enough? I don't know. Maybe I like CJ Stroud. Maybe I like this rookie coming out of this college. You know what I mean? Maybe I like this veteran right here. Maybe I like this veteran right here. So that's a hard question to answer. Could Dobbs be our next starter next year? He could be if the new GM likes him. Or the new GM might say, you know what? Why is he not the starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Why did they go out and draft a quarterback, right? Or he was with the Cleveland Browns. Why didn't he get a chance with them? Or the Detroit Lions. You see what I'm saying? So I look at those type of things. Dobbs is very smart. He just needs a shot, right? So this could possibly be a spot where he gets a shot. Now, really depends on the new GM, bro. He comes in, he says, "Yeah, I do it." So that's my answer, man. And
Hey, can I
anytime,
answer that real quick too? Just real quick.
go ahead.
I don't. I don't think he'll be the starting quarterback, Nick. There's a lot of options, a lot of free agent options out there. I'm
Right
not saying he can't be on the team.
now,
To
the
be a.
free agent option, but keep going, keep going, keep going.
But would you rather have Derek Carr or Josh Dobbs?
I'll
That's
probably
easy
roll.
for me.
I roll with what you said, Derek Carr,
Oh, you
Josh
roll with
Dobbs.
Dobbs? Okay.
I roll with Derek Carr.
Yeah, I'd roll with Derek Carr too.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
he's experienced. He got
Right.
experience. He's a starter
Exactly.
quarterback. He's been a starter.
Right.
I,
And
I,
I'm not saying we signed Derek Carr, but I'm
right,
saying is to say, yeah, you're gonna be the starter. It's hard to say in one game. Like, hey,
right.
give it time. He's an NFL quarterback, yes. But to say,
Yes.
hey, you're our franchise guy, that's too early to know that.
It's the exact same thing with me. I haven't seen enough. Yes, he gave us a spark, but we still scored 13 points.
Right.
Granted, it was with everybody else. It's same with Malik. I haven't seen enough to say, hey, is he our
Exactly.
starter? Yes or no. I haven't seen
Right.
enough.
That's
So
right.
with these two, they're similar in my mind. They need a whole year in order for me to say yay or nay. That's even with Malik. Malik needs a whole year for me to be like, okay, yeah, bro, you the guy. You got potential. I've worked up for you, but now it's the same with Dobbs. And again, I know we have a lot of UT fans that seen him in college and played at UT that they take that what he did at UT and they say, oh, he can transition this to the NFL. But he's been in the league for 6 years for me. And when that happens, I'm like, okay, cool. Now you can have a situation where, hypothetically speaking, you can let Tannehill walk and you can say Dobbs and Malik battle it out, right? And you can save money and build around them. Then you can have that scenario and say, okay, Dobbs is on the roster. Whoever battles it out and says, boom, 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 what we got. Now, I would tell you if that happens, you're probably not going to be as good as you are this year. I'm just saying because it's going to be a lot of bumps in the roads. You know what I mean? So,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Well, hey, we got a super chat, Jock.
yes, sir. Born the road.
Yep.
$2 super chat. He says the missed PI call with the Burks was a game changer. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. It was BS. That's what it was.
As we mentioned, the penalties killed us, man, for sure. So, Born Thero, hey, do.
Boom.
Born Thero in the building. Hey, Born Thero, we appreciate it for sure.
Yes, sir. Alex Mann says, how do you feel about the next game? Now, we got a whole show on that. But how do you're just a real small snippet of how you feeling? How you feeling? You feeling good? Feeling great? Feeling okay? Feeling nah?
I gotta sort of, break this down mentally. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a full emotion on it yet. Because one, I don't know who's gonna be the starting quarterback. Okay,
Right.
so that, and then at the same breath, I got to see who's all playing. It's a whole lot of goes into this game. My hope is that we've built some confidence from this Cowboys game to say, hey, these penalties really hurt us, right? And we had a lot of backups out here. Now we got our starters. We just played against a top NFL team in the NFC and hung with them for a while, right? Jacksonville is a better football team.
Jags beat them. The Jags beat them. I hands down got it. I got to give
straight up beat them. Exactly.
I got to give right now, guys. Your football team is not good. Okay,
Right,
I'm just gonna be. I'm Titans fans. I'm just gonna be a realist right now. Your football team is not good. Okay,
right.
And we have a whole show dedicated to the Jags.
Right.
But right now, the Jags, man, the way they playing,
they're better. Yeah, they're better. They're better football team. So we'll talk more about that Jacksonville pregame show.
Yep.
Right.
What you see. What about Rob says embarrassed that I stated? Rob, it happens all the time, bro. It happens all the time.
Now, challenge this. What about Rob? Who did we just play?
The Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys dwarf any stadium. That's not. I don't think that's a unique situation for us. I don't.
The Cowboys, the Chiefs,
and the Steelers,
the Bills, the Steelers, the Packers. Yeah. Ever since I've been a season ticket holder, those teams that we played, the Saints got a nice little following too. Because when he played the Saints that year, they was in there. Who that? Trust me, Rob, I'm there. Hawks there. We see it.
There's one game I went to that it was unbelievable. Was the Chicago Bears game. It was so many Chicago. The Bears fans actually drunk out Nashville, downtown Nashville. All the bars were out of liquor. That's how many Bears fans are here in Nashville. You know what I'm saying? And Nashville is a destination city. People want to come down here. This isn't some rinky-dink town. Like people, even on Amazon yesterday, it was like Nashville's an incredible city. No city I've ever seen has changed since 2011. So it's the Cowboys. Cowboys dwarf any stadium.
And then think about this too. I'm gonna add to this, Hawk. Two, like you said, you're in Nashville. There's other things to do in Nashville, right?
Yep.
It's just like LA. Like in LA, yeah, you got the LA Rams. They don't sell out like that, but you still have other fans that come because there's so much to do in LA. So
Facts.
Nashville, everybody's not going to just stop and do what they're doing just to go to a Titans game. It's just never really been like back in the
That's
day,
right.
probably, but it's never. It's nowadays how Nashville's grown. It's not going to be like that, bro. Like
Right.
people got other stuff that they can do, and that just is what it is, man. And I
And
got
it
to give.
wasn't. Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Jacques.
Oh, hey, now I do. I will say this: what the Titans can do better, and I guess they're trying to work on that with this new stadium, is an atmosphere. If you ever been to, if you live in Nashville, Hawk has been to plenty of these games. The Nashville Predators, and even the Grizzlies. I got to give them credit. And it's a different. I know it's hockey and football is different, but some of the things that you do, your fan experience, your experience of having everybody enjoy the games. The Titans have been around for this long. We kind of do the same thing over and over again with certain things. And Hawk, I know you mentioned with the Eagles, they have their own little chant, their own little song, right? Their own
Yep.
little because they've been around for a long time. But stuff like that, you have to make it an inviting place and a fun place to go to. And I just think with the Titans, with the new stadium, they're working on that. But right now, it's just so many variables that go. And your team is not winning like that anyway either. So
Right. And it was not an important game at the end of the day.
right, right.
Yep. So
Even
Miss
with
Dallas.
to be honest with you, Hawk, throughout this whole season, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's been a couple of games. I know the Colts games we went to. The Colts game we went to was sold out. I know
Right.
that
The
was sold out.
most fans. That was the biggest crowd in Titans history. Ain't that
Yes,
crazy?
well, it was one of them. I think last year we acted a fool. I think it was the playoff game that it was sold out, like sold out.
Right.
Um, that game was sold out, but I think after that game, you started to see a little trickle down of just fans not coming to the games like that, right? So I mean, and that's crazy. Me and you was at that game, and you literally you could see Titans fans everywhere, Colts
Right.
fans everywhere. It was a hell of an atmosphere, man.
Yeah.
It was cool. Jay Porter says, "How can you tell the Todd Downing plays from the Tim Kelly plays?" We don't know if Tim Kelly
We
is
don't
calling
know.
plays.
I have no idea.
We
Yeah.
don't know. That's the problem. We don't know.
Yeah. We don't know. Not
I don't.
sure.
We don't know. Let me see. Let's see. David Mann says Dobbs is home. Let's see. Damon says I like Dobbs because he's not scared to throw the ball.
That's what my brother. That's what my brother said too.
Yeah.
He noticed. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you all this about Dobbs. Say versus Malik Willis. Dobbs does have more experience. He's been in the league since 2017. So he's not a young guy, right? So over time, over a period of time, he understands the offense. Again, he's smart up here and things like that. And then, again, I give him credit to playing a full game against the Dallas Cowboys on Thursday Night Football.
Mhm.
You've been on the team for 8 days. So I give him credit for that for sure. But I like this preparation, and I think all of that helped him in that regard to, play a pretty good game for sure.
Right. And they didn't have no tape on him either. Nobody has tape on Dobbs.
Yep.
Now remember, once they get tape on you and they see your tendencies, then that's when you gotta pivot, and we're gonna see if he's really that good, right? So just remember, they got tape on him now. So now the Jags are like, okay, he does this, he does this, he does that, he does. Because remember, he played a good game, but there was one play, it was a couple plays. I was like, whoa, you almost threw it to Diggs. Diggs almost had another interception. He could have took it to the house. So it's some good things, and there's some things that I'm not going to. He's not above approach of criticism, right? Because I think we kind of do the same thing. And I look at this with this Dobbs and Malik conversation. Malik can do this, and he's there here, right? Dobbs does this, he's up here, but he'll get better. He'll do this, and here he hasn't been in the league before. Here he's been in the league for 6 years. You see what I'm saying? So again, it's a perfect thing because you have UT fans that know what Dobbs can do, and you have new fans that are like, hey, we just want something to happen. And Dobbs showed that last night. You see what I'm saying? So David Mann says, how do you think the O-line did last night?
I don't really think they played that bad yesterday, except for penalties. I think the penalties is what killed the Dennis Daly piece. I actually thought they blocked okay.
They did.
Run blocking was okay, but I thought they did better in pass blocking. You know what I'm saying? I thought they did well enough to keep Josh Dobbs clean, if that makes sense. Now, I don't know how many times he got sacked, but you're looking at Michael Parsons, who had no sacks, right? He had none, zero. Dexter Lawrence didn't have a sack either. So those are the guys that I think Dexter Lawrence might have one sack, but I thought given the fact that you had a bunch of backups out there, I thought they did better than I expected.
I did too. They did a real good job to what they did. So, Rocky E says, y'all think anything will top the playoff game against the Bengals in regards to how packed it was with Titans fans? Even if we make the playoffs this time, I don't honestly think that it'll pack out like it did last year, because I think last year was the excitement of being the number one seed.
Right.
You having the Bengals. We were close. I mean, we were confident that we can beat the Bengals, and it just didn't happen. I'm telling you, I was at that game, guys, and that was just like no other. I mean, the week prior to just getting the preparation. Honestly, bro, I don't think so. I just, even if we do make the playoffs this year, I just don't think it'll pack out. We got
Yep.
$10 super chat. All right,
Okay.
Stanley says, I seen something too. Dobbs football mind was telling him to deep like he was telling the defense. Back, yeah, so because they would try to stack the box. I think the overthrows were on purpose. So I get what you're saying, Stanley. Hey, I mean, it could be. I don't know with Dobbs. Like I said, I still, it's up in the air with me. I like what he did, but as far as not just throwing the ball downfield, I think that's what I like the best, when he was able to throw downfield to like Racy and Traylon and them. But again, as Hawk said, and Hawk, you said this offline, I was like, bro, that's a hell of a point. You still only scored 13 points out of this.
Yep.
You still, that to me, I don't care who you got back there. You can have Tom Brady back there. If you're only scoring 13 points, that's ill and void. So it sounds like, to me, everybody's excited, not just for this game, but you guys thinking that they're going to bring them back for next year, right? You're saying, and that's what I'm getting. You see what I'm saying? So again, I like what Dobbs did, but me and my football mind, and me being an ex-player and Hawk being an ex-player, and just critically thinking this through instead of off an emotion, let me see what else he can do, right? Let me give a whole nother game. Now, if he goes in the Jaguars game and we score miraculously, and Hawk, I don't know if you think we can, but 27 to 28 points, if that happens, then I'm like, hey, you might want to think about bringing him back next year. If he happens to win a playoff game, hey, bring him back. At that point, you might have something. You see what I'm saying? But it's just, for me, it's too early. What go ahead, Hawk.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I totally agree with that. It's looking at this or whatever, as far as what Stanley is saying, there's some truth to that. And against Jacksonville, I do think, Josh Dobbs used to play for the Jags, so they might know a little bit about him too.
Yeah,
But I don't know if the same coaches that was there. It was like in 2019, but Stanley Wilson, do.
Oh,
Stanley Wilson once again in the building. Appreciate it, Stanley.
all right. So this is interesting. What up, 904 Duval?
That's a good question.
Hey, thank you for watching the show.
Yes,
He said,
sir.
on a scale of scared to terrified, how much are you guys worried about T-Law down the road? Hawk, are you worried about Trevor Lawrence? Do you think Trevor Lawrence is going to be the next Joe Burrow or Josh Allen? Talk to me.
I'm not scared nor terrified. I'm not saying that because I'm a fan of the Titans and they're the Jags. I'm not scared or terrified. I would say that it went from me thinking that we would beat the Jags two times every year, meaning we only played them twice and we beat them both times, to probably splitting with them 1-1. So I think, if anything, it's just more of, just to say, hey, Jags have gotten better. I still think they got a lot of ways to go. I mean, hey, Trevor Lawrence is really good. He's the best quarterback in the division by far, right? But I do think that I'm not scared or terrified, at least at the moment, because they still got a lot of other things to build around Trevor Lawrence. But I do think he has elevated the AFC South. I do think Jacksonville's the best team in the division because of him. He's the main reason why. I do agree. But it's not like I'm thinking like Andrew Luck yet. I'm not there yet. It's gonna take some time. I'm not like thinking, he's Joe Burrow yet or Tom Brady. But I'm not so on the scale. I'm gonna answer the question. You got scared and terrified. Where scared is, I'm probably just concerned. Just a concern right before scared, if that makes sense. What about you, Jacques?
I'm not terrified. I'm not scared, but I'm intrigued. I like what they're doing. I like what they're building in Jacksonville. Picking up Calvin Ridley, that was a hell of a pickup to go along with Christian Kirk and Zay Jones. And it's starting to click for him. You see what I'm saying? Yep. When you have a coach that comes in and they can maximize his talent, put pieces around him, right? And say, hey, we're going to win this way. You get his college running back. The defense is not bad. The defense is starting to get a little bit better. So I'm intrigued on him as a player as he grows, right? I'm not scared. I'm not terrified, but I'm intrigued to see where this thing goes. And I like the direction that the Jags are going with their franchise, and they're building their franchise. I kind of wish the Titans would kind of get on that train as well. And we might with the new gym. We don't know what we're gonna do. So that's
But
my answer, bro.
the advantage that you all have in the Jags, let's just be honest, y'all. Come on, let's just be real. How many years have y'all been the top pick in the
No,
draft?
yep,
Right?
exactly.
How many
Exactly.
through 2 years in a row? Trevor Lawrence
Yep.
and now Trevon Walker, and
Mhm.
then prior to that, like top three. The year
Cam
before that, top
Robinson.
five. Right,
Yep. Yep.
right. So you guys should be what you guys should be good by now. It's
Right.
taking y'all forever to get there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Right.
we've been winning games. We've been winning the division 4 years, 5 years in a row. So you all
Right.
should be better now.
Right. Right.
It's time.
And it goes to bringing in Doug Peterson, and I like what he's doing too, and bringing in pieces around. So DBS 2000 says Titan Tennessee Titan.
We got
Weekly, are you
we
guys
got a
getting?
super chat, but go ahead.
He said, "Are you guys getting drunk? Are you getting drunk? Are you getting drunk?
We'll
New
see,
Year's,
man.
huh?
We'll see.
You
We'll see. We'll see.
are you getting tasty, man? Are
We'll
you getting
see. We'll
toasty,
see,
my friend?
man. We'll see.
Check
We
you
might.
out
We'll see.
with the 199 super. How about the two different play calling sheets, man? And I guess he's talking about Todd Downing.
Yeah.
Again, this is one game. I'm not going to get excited about no Todd Downing. He did some good things. Again, Hawk iterated. Why can't you do this when Henry's on the field versus now when you take him off? It just makes no sense, man. Like I said, don't let this game fool y'all. Okay, you still got a problem. You still got to. He called a good play, but you still got. You're here for a reason. Let me just say that. What do you think, Hawk?
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. All I gotta say is hashtag 13. That's how many points we scored. And we
Exactly.
still gotta dig a bit deeper in our playbook. So Jake Yon. Do. Oh, Jake Yon in the building, folks. Appreciate it, Jake Yon, for
Yes,
sure,
sir.
brother.
Yes, sir. Classic Ride Society. What up, brother? He's like, well, he was our first subscriber, bro. This is crazy.
Yes, sir. The
Yes, sir.
OG.
Yep. Shout out to Class. He says, so who y'all think should start against the Jags? Now, I knew this question was gonna come up, Hawk.
All right.
Who do you
So
think should start against
before we answer, I want everyone to answer this question as well. Classic Rock Society, great question. I want everybody in the chat, Dobbs or Willis, and we're gonna take a tally. I want to tally this. All right. So for me, I actually think we should start Josh Dobbs for this game against the Jags.
Okay.
I do think that Josh Dobbs right now just has more experience. Okay. Malik Willis is still young. It doesn't mean all Malik Willis is done. You know what I'm saying? He could be the future. We don't know. But for sure, Dobbs has experience. Dobbs had the offense moving with a lot of backup players, especially backup offensive linemen. Now, we only had 13 points, but he did throw for 232. Okay. He did have some yards out there. And he could have had more if receivers would have caught the ball. So I think for sure it should be Dobbs starting against Jacksonville because of the experience. Now, if Dobbs was to go out there and really screw it up, then maybe you put in Malik Willis. But I think going into the game, I'm going to say Josh Dobbs. So let me throw some of these answers on here. Go ahead, Jacques. What you got, brother?
I already told you last night who I think should start. Dobbs. Like Dobbs. Dobbs right now, first of all, one thing he does better than Tannehill, and I'm not even going to compare him to Malik because I can't compare him to Malik because of the fact Malik ain't been in the league for but this year, and he's only played 4 games. I'm not going to do that, right? What I am going to say is what I did like about Dobbs. He threw it downfield. This year, I haven't really seen Tannehill do that this year, right? Tannehill throw it downfield, but he ain't going to throw it downfield. So I was like, shout out to Dobbs for throwing it downfield. Now, he gives you the best chance to get it downfield and try to do what he did Thursday. Do I expect more? No. Do I expect less? No. He gives you that Tannehill-esque type things, right? And what I mean is you need a Tannehill to come in and fill this roster and move this thing forward. Willis is not Tannehill, right? Willis is a rookie. I don't expect nothing out of him. Dobbs can get you to kind of say, hey, you can at least get us close to where we can win this game to get to the playoffs. Not saying you're going to do it, but hopefully you can, right? So what I seen from him on last night, I said, okay. He showed me with that throw to Racing McMath. I said, okay, cool. He caught the ball. I said, we need more of this. The problem is again, your OC doesn't put him in a position. Dobbs, I felt like was changing the plays, in my opinion, the way he was doing things. I feel like Dobbs is out here doing his thing and just being him, right? And I'm like, this is what you need. In some instances, I'm like, Dobbs, take off running, bro. Do what you got to do. And I think now he has a game on his belt and he's played with these guys. I think he'll open up a little bit more. So for me, Dobbs, I think it's just a no-brainer. It's just, again, I like Malik. I scouted Malik. But I just think Malik needs time to get it together. Now, I will say this. What I wanted to see was Malik get in this game and get some key reps. That's the problem. He's not getting no reps. You see what I'm saying? Especially if you're going to ride with him going forward. Now, I wanted to pull up a comment from Titan South. Titan South, you said something that was pretty dope, bro. And I gotta find here. Listen, Dobbs is good, to be honest. We could be switching quarterbacks with Willis and Dobbs. I like that because you use one skill set and use the other skill set. It's like the Texans. You see how the Texans beat us with David Mills and Driscoll? Driscoll was their runner. David Mills was their thrower. Dobbs is a thrower. That joker can throw and he can run. I think he runs a little bit better than Malik too, because he has a nice little stride, right? But with Malik, I say, hey, Malik, get in there and just run north to south. Just run north to south. Run north to south. Do what you got to do, bro. Right? So I like this comment from Titan South. And I just think if you had a competent OC, he can utilize both strengths, because we're going to need everybody for the Jags game. I don't give a damn. They might need me and you to go out there and do something.
For sure. Absolutely.
Hold on.
So we do have a super chat that was just now about Dobbs.
Yeah.
I think that was from Sean Britton. So Sean Britton is saying, for sure, Josh Dobbs. I think the overall consensus that it should be Josh Dobbs starting by far. I do think that. So I appreciate everybody, putting in their comments in there. So Sean Britton,
Oh,
Sean Britton in the building. And one last thing I want to say about the Josh Dobbs situation. I do think as well that, Josh Dobbs, I think the fact intellectually he's up here really helps him, right, in this situation, right? You come in for 8 days and you start. And Jacksonville's defense is not as good as the Cowboys' defense, especially on the pass rush. And so my hope is we play smarter. If we take those think about when we played the Jags while we lost. And this is to 904 Jaguar. Now, again, you guys beat us, yes. But we had 4 turnovers. If we can limit those turnovers, make more plays on offense, just like we did against the Cowboys, out without the penalties, it's a possibility that we can win this game. But we'll talk more about that. But I think Josh Dobbs gives you that just from an experience standpoint of not being young, understanding defenses and those things, throwing the ball a bit better down the field. We'll see what's up, man. So I think it's Dobbs.
I question and I question when the Titans do this type of stuff. Why haven't Dobbs gotten this opportunity again? I'm going to say it again. With the Steelers, with the Lions, with the Jags. Like you said, he was with the Jags, and with the Cleveland Browns, right? Somebody said he was a UT guy. He called him a preseason quarterback. And I'm like, I just chuckle because I laugh. Again, I like Dobbs. I'm not going to get my feelings up here when I say, oh, I think Dobbs is going to win us this game next week. I'm not going to put my expectations up here, because that's not fair to Josh Dobbs to say, come in here and save this franchise or save us and get us to the playoffs. Yes, he gives us the best chance, right? But you still got an ultimate problem. We have lack of talent, and your offensive line is still in shambles. Right? So, again, Dobbs is the clear-cut answer, but it's everybody's. You guys are smart when you saying, hey, this game, we got Hawk. We just can't say Dobbs, go out there and throw it. You got to get creative, bro. You got to get creative. I'm tired of just sitting here saying, hey, we do this and do this and do the same thing. No, you got to get creative, especially if you want to go to the playoffs. You want to win this game? Hey, Dobbs, we got you, bro. Willis, get your butt out there too. Hell, Haskins, Henry, Chestnut. Everybody has to be involved. This is just not on no Josh Dobbs. This is a team effort. The defense has to be disciplined. Everybody, like you said, we'll talk about it in detail when we do our pregame for the Jags game. But I just don't want everybody to get their expectations to think Dobbs is going to just take us to the promised land and to the Super Bowl and to the playoffs. No, this is a team effort. We got here as a team. We're going to lose this as a team. And I don't want to – that's not fair to Dobbs to say, hey, Dobbs, do this and get us here. So
we missed a super chat somewhere.
You sure?
Yep. There it is. I see it.
Okay.
Okay, Jake Young.
Now the Malik versus Dobbs offense game plan. I guess you're opposing the Malik offense. Yeah. All right, so we got more questions. We got a lot of questions.
Right. Jake Young. Boom. We appreciate it, Jake Young. We appreciate the super chat, bro. We ain't gonna try to miss no super chats, bro.
Right,
we appreciate it, dog.
Right. Jock and Hawk, would you rather Malik learn from Josh Dobbs or Josh Dobbs show me something last night than Tannehill did all season? No hating towards Tannehill. So this is a great question. Hawk, what did I say on that phone when we had our offline conversation? You remember when I said this?
Talking about Dobbs and Tannehill having similar games? That part?
No. So what Aiden is asking, would you rather for Malik to learn from Josh Dobbs versus Tannehill? Because Josh Dobbs is pretty smart. Listen to what you just said
Yeah,
earlier. He had a 4.0. He came in 8 days and learned the game. Imagine
right.
him teaching that same philosophy and that same style to Malik. Would you rather
Right.
have Tannehill teaching him or Malik? I mean, Josh.
It depends on Malik Willis's learning style. So does he learn, visually or by people talking to him, or is he, so it just depends. I mean, again, Josh Dobbs just got to the team. He
Right.
just got here. You know what I'm saying? So, it's kind of like, okay, how's Josh Dobbs supposed to teach Malik? I guess maybe I'm confused. Is he
Well,
is to teach him like, hey, just because he's smart might not be. Josh Dobbs got to have skin in the game. You know what I'm saying? So a lot
right.
of times quarterbacks learn, say like
I
Jordan Love
agree.
and Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is a 2-time MVP. You're gonna sit back and watch, and it takes time. Josh Dobbs just got here. I think
I agree.
we just gotta. Yeah, it's way too early for me. I think it's way too early for me to say
I,
anything on that.
I agree. I agree. Boogeyman Gamer says, shame they did Malik like this. You have to put Malik in pistol and shotgun. Hey, bro, at this point, I get it, bro. I get you. I get you. I get you. But in the scheme of things, the Titans are playoffs. They're thinking playoffs. They're not thinking rebuild, or they're not thinking that. They're thinking they want to win the playoffs. But I get what you're saying when you say, hey, get them some reps. So let's see. Let me see. I thought I seen some more questions. I swear to God, I seen some more questions. Let's see. Give me 1 minute, Hulk. Who said it? Hold on. What Titan says Lawrence will own us in Nashville, but we, I hmm, hmm,
I was gonna say, I think it'd be. I think at least next year. I don't know. Again, we'll see how the schedule. Look how the rosters look and things like that. But Trevor Lawrence is good enough to get some wins. For sure. I mean, they're in the playoffs as we speak because of him, and
hmm,
the team getting better for sure.
right.
I'd say a 1-1 split with Jacksonville. I would just say just off GP
So
because of Trevor Lawrence.
right. Ed Champ says, I think we should just lose the game next week to the Jags. Right now, we are in the way tied by losing. We will have a better draft pick 10 or 12. What do you think about that, Hawks? Do you think we should tank?
Nah, man, you don't think you should ever tank if you're right there. If you're not there, then yeah, I get that. But the purpose of the game is to win the football game. So
Right.
you go in
Right.
there with the best intent to win the game. That's exactly what the Titans are going to do. That's why they rested everybody. So,
Right.
go in there and try to win. Don't try to
Right.
lose. Try to win. What if you win? Okay, 2019. What happened in 2019, folks? What happened in 2019? We went to the what? Where did we go? The AFC Championship game, right? We were the I think the 6th seed in the playoffs, right? And so you just never know. I know we're not that talented of a football team. I get that, but why tank? That is, I mean, you go in there, you go in there with the best way to win. Just because you get an earlier pick doesn't mean that pick is going to be better than the pick that you get. We don't know what the future holds. We have no idea. You play to win the football game. That's my thoughts.
All right. Titan South says you guys should go. We've done it plenty of times, Titan South. We've done it plenty of times with upload and Anderson. That's something we'll definitely have to start up again. Is going live with our Titan brethren and chop it up with them, man. So,
Yep.
and Aiden, we got another one, Hawk. I'm telling you, it was coming through. Yeah, I think Josh Dobbs will be on the roster next season. Aiden, were you in the chat earlier? I think we already answered that.
Yeah, we've answered that
Yeah,
already.
yeah. Let's see.
We've answered that.
Let me see. Give me 1 minute, Hulk. Hold on. Yo, okay, Jake. I think we got your super chat. I think did you send another one, Jake?
Yeah, we went over his super chat about the we already I pulled that up already on when he said that. I had brought that up. Not the comment, but I said about the missed super chat. We found it.
So this is what you're saying. This is what you're saying is going to happen. Titans and South destroy the Dolphins in the wild card, beat the Chiefs by 1 point in divisional, give the Bills a beat down in the AFC Championship. Hey, that's your scenario, Hawk. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go, Hawk. You got it. Hey, let's see.
Okay, so let's throw this question out there.
Hold on. I remember you guys talking about the days you're trash. You guys remember Valentino Blake? Oh yeah, we were around. We started our channel around that time, didn't we, Hawk?
Yeah, we did. Well, no, I don't think so. Every time we've done this show, we've been a winning football team. We've not been a losing football team when we started this.
You sure?
I think
you sure?
At least they made the play. I think did we have a year? Maybe it was 1 year we didn't make the playoffs.
It was the 1 year. I don't
2018.
It was 2018. Yeah, it was 2018.
We did not make the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's right. We wasn't bad, but we
Yeah.
didn't we didn't get to the playoffs.
Yeah. That's why I was like, I said, hold on. I think that's the
Yeah.
year that
So
we,
yeah.
yeah. Go
So
ahead,
I
Hawk.
have a question for everybody in the chat. It seems like there's a sort of a back and forth with this tanking winning. What do you all think we should do against Jacksonville? Do y'all think we should go to Jacksonville to try to beat them, or just lose the game and tank? I got to see this. I see Jakeon said tank. I see Mont 808 Toy says win. So y'all tell me what you think, man.
So
Because
Jakeon
it's tank. I want to know as well too. Like, okay, we got
said win.
win, win.
Beer tastes better if we win.
Yep,
Okay, they coming in now. Hold on, Hawk.
yep.
Win. D9 says lose, win. Picks don't guarantee nothing.
Facts.
Win. Play the game. We play the game to win.
That's
We
right.
play the game to win. We play
And
the
how
game.
good would it feel to stick it to the Jags? Be like, oh, y'all thought y'all were going somewhere. Ha ha!
Now, let me ask you this, Hawk. Once we do get in the playoffs, are you okay with losing like we've been doing? Or do you think we can progress with this squad that we got? I know you said what you just said. You said the same thing can happen in 2019. In 2019, that was a magical year where I felt, and I remember, I never forget, me and you went to the Titans blitz and we watched the Ravens and we kind of knew, hey, we can get them, we can beat them. Then the next time we looked, okay, we can beat them, we can beat the Patriots. We kind of knew we was set up in a way where this team was set up veteran-wise. The veteran leadership was amazing.
Yeah.
The talent was okay. It wasn't the best, right? But it's still this team, I felt like was more connected and pieced together. With this team that we got now, hypothetically say if we do beat the Jags, and I don't know who we play if we beat, who do we play if we beat the Jags? Do you have the information?
Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm looking at.
Okay.
Either be the Ravens or the Steelers.
Okay. So if we play the Steelers, I think I can say we can have a shot, but I still don't believe in this offense. If we say we play the Ravens, you're playing a hell of a defense, bro. Yeah, they have the same issues on offense as we do,
Yep,
but their
exactly.
defense, my brother on their defense is no joke, okay? And I know people don't want to hear that. I know you hate the Ravens, bro, but I just in Raven, if you happen to be listening to this, you know this. Y'all defense is no joke, okay? I will be there because it'll be a home game. I will definitely be there. I hope you there this time too, bro. You got to come on through. Can't be playing this time. You got to come on through, bro. I need you there with me, right?
Yeah.
So if let me say this, I'm gonna say this, guys. If we do win this game and we go to the playoffs, I want everybody in this chat. If you could come, make it to the game, okay? I challenge everybody to do that. Don't sell if you're a season ticket holders, don't sell your tickets, right? Come on through. Support the team. Make as much loud noise as you can. Because we can talk all this and say, hey, we're not going, we need to go to the playoffs. Save up. Come on through. I'm just saying.
Captain Tripp said he'll be there.
Thank you, Captain. Hey, if you there, holler at your boy. Holler at your Jakeon. I know you might be there. It's just some people in this chat. Come through. Slide through. Slide through. Be about your team, baby. Come on. Sean Brent with the $5 super chat. He says, if we tank, it will not help us get a higher pick at this point. It's outlandish that we as Titans fans want them to tank with a win-in scenario. Now, I think everybody's, and we give him the boom, Hawk. Let's go ahead and give him the boom.
Okay, yes, sir. Sean Britton, once again. Hey, do-do-do-do. Oh, Sean Britton in the building. Same for Jakeon. Same for you as well, too, man.
Okay, so with this, I think right now, Hawk, we're projected to pick 13, right?
I think that's what I've heard. Yeah, 13.
Okay, I think that's what everybody's buying into.
I'm going to check on that.
Check on. Yeah,
from 14 to 16.
I think it's projected. If we lose out, I don't know. But I'm with you, Hawk. We need to win. Okay. I'm not for losing. I'm a competitor. I don't like losing. I don't like how we going and we're losing now, right? So yes, we need to win. Like Hawk said, like y'all saying, ain't no guarantee we gonna know how to draft. I mean, we gonna hit on this draft pick. It'll be nice.
We're right now at the 12th spot.
The 12th spot. See, I think that's why everybody's so eager to tank. But again, we got options. We don't know. So I'd rather win than lose. I mean, that's why I'm saying I hope we win. You know what I'm saying? But
if we beat the Jags, we'll be in the 19th spot from 12 to 19. So seven draft spots for a playoff game. That's what we got to look at.
Ain't that the same thing? Ain't that kind of where we've been picking anyway? Like the 19th to the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th pick from the past couple of years?
Well, yeah, mid to late 20s.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
the divisional round winners pick 25 to 28.
Yeah, okay,
So
okay, okay.
and then wild card round losers go from anywhere from from 19 to 24. So yeah, it's about the same.
Right.
Like, yeah, generally about the same. So it'd be a
Yeah,
7. Now again, these things could change based on who loses. I'm saying 12 today. Even if we lose, we could even pick to 16. So we don't know yet. You know what I'm saying? But
right,
as of today, the December 30th, we're at the 12th spot.
right. So DeAndre says, do you take position of need in the first round or best available? That you got too much holes on your team. You're gonna have to address if whatever we addressed in free agency, cool. But we have a lot of holes. I wouldn't mind a left tackle, a wide receiver,
A corner.
a corner. Hawk. I never thought about that. A
Yep.
cornerback, a shutdown DB if we can find
Yep.
one.
Yep.
A linebacker, a playmaking linebacker. We have so much holes on this team
We do.
that you don't know. You need something, bro. You need something. Hawk, do you know how much the players get for the first round of playoff games?
As far as like money, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Yeah,
Can you look that up real quick?
yeah. I want to say it's like 300 something thousand, something like that. It's something like that, I think. But I mean, I can check. It's something like that.
Right, 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 right. Let's see. I know Tommy Dixon. I know you keep saying roll with Dobbs. Hey, if he, like I said, if he rolls you and gets you in the playoffs and he wins a playoff game, he's done something that Tannehill couldn't do. I hate to be like that, right? I'm not comparing him to Malik. I'm comparing him to Tannehill. If he comes in and wins you a playoff game, what's the
65,000, anywhere between
okay?
65,000 to $150,000.
What about the next round?
Yeah, it just depends. It's players from the winning Super Bowl team get an extra $150,000. Those
Wow.
losing get 75,000. So 65,000 per round.
Okay, that's not bad.
Something like that.
That's not
Yeah.
bad. That's not
Yeah,
bad
at
at
least
all.
that's on Google. That's a Google quick search. I might be wrong,
Okay.
but
That's not bad. That's not bad at all, bro. I mean,
yeah,
I want to go to the playoffs, get an extra $65,000. You know what I mean? Especially if I'm a
right.
practice squad player, man. I need that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, we got another Titans out. Do you guys live in Tennessee? In my opinion, Titans fans born and raised in LA. Yes, me and Hawk are Nashville native born. He's from South Nashville. I'm from North Nashville. So
Yep.
yes, we've been
Yep.
around this. We've been around this team since the Oiler days, since they were the Tennessee Oilers. Right? Look at Hawk's jersey. Look at Hawk's. Look at
I got this when it happened. Y'all see
yeah.
this? I bought this at that time.
Yep. Yep. So we've been around the team since its inception. We've been around the team since they win, lose, when it was the Adelphia Coliseum. Y'all remember the Adelphia Coliseum, right?
Yep.
My stepdad was at the Music City Miracle. He's been a season ticket holder in the beginning. So yes, we bleed blue. We are homegrown, and yeah, we're here. We are homegrown. Let me see.
And y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all this too, man. You know, back then, the Eddie Georges, Samari Rose, Javon Curson, those guys, man.
Man.
You know, I used to see them often, a lot, even just out and about. Like, cause some of them guys are around my age, some maybe a little older than me, but and during my young 20s, they were out in the city. So, it was a great time back then, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because the Titans were looked upon as gods
guys.
at that time. You know what
And
I'm saying? So it
I'm
was, and then I was actually a manager at Kroger in Green Hills, and that was a Titan sponsored store. So we always had Titan ticket giveaways. The Titan players was always there. I got a chance to really meet with Jeff Fisher. It was really cool, man. It was really
Now,
cool.
Hawk, let them know too how hard it was to get a ticket.
Yeah. So, back then, before you could buy tickets online, you had to call, right?
Yep.
Who remembers that, y'all? You had to call.
Oh, hold on,
And
hold on.
okay.
We got a $5 super sticker from Terrell 28. Hey, let's give him the boom, bro, with the super sticker.
Okay. All right. Let me find that now. Oh, who we got? Terrell 28. Do.
Boom.
Terrell 28 in the building. So yeah, you had to make phone calls, and every time they would say at 10 o'clock you have to call to get tickets, and you would call at 10 o'clock and it was already sold out. Like damn. And then you would have to, before the week of the game, you'd always have to call like all the time before the game. You finally might break through, or you'd have to go to the game and get scalp tickets. That's just how it was, man, back then, man. You know what I'm saying?
And two, it was always sold out. I mean, you're talking about at that time, like you said, it was hard to get a ticket. I remember my first game. I went to the first preseason game that they ever had at the stadium, And I got those tickets. I was young, dude. My dad, he was so happy, man. Oh, you got some tickets, da, da, da. And we set up in the nosebleeds. And that was my first time ever going to an NFL game. And I was like, oh, this is pretty dope. And I remember when the Oilers came, they were in Memphis first and then transitioned to Nashville and was playing at Vanderbilt. So this is how long me and Hawk have been fans of this team. And we know this team in and out. And we know the odds and ends. So again, now, Hawk, you can correct me if I'm wrong. The city has changed. Back in the day, Nashville was a slower paced city. It was a city where you can raise a family. It was just a different style of city. Now the city is turning into LA. Chicago's turning into a higher metropolitan city. So you got other people moving from everywhere around here, and they're not Titans fans. You have, when I went to the Bengals game last year, Hawk, I was around Bengals fans. I'm like, oh, you from Cincinnati? It's like, no, I live in Nashville, but I've been here for like 2 or 3 years from Cincinnati, da 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 da. And I'm like, wow, it's unique to meet somebody from the city. So, and DeAndre says, he said the city was live back in the day. I don't think the city has ever been that way. And it was back then the Titans ruled the city and our game sold out most of the time. Yes. So I'm guessing, DeAndre, you from the Ville, bro? He's probably from the Ville. He probably
so. Probably so.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the lotto one day and move to Franklin. Hey,
Franklin, I got you.
Franklin, hey, me and Hawk used to work out in Franklin. We know.
Yep.
we know.
And Franklin's not too far from where we are at all.
Yep.
Franklin's nice, man. Yep, for sure.
Titan Overdrive. You're right. They were scared. You remember that, Hawk?
Yeah,
teams.
We were at that time back then. We were the number one as far as stadium sales. We were number one in the NFL. We had the loudest crowd as well. That used to beat the Kansas City Chiefs as far as crowd noise at that time. It was crazy. And then at one point in time, the way the stadium was built, if you were standing stomping on the on the ground or the chairs, it actually was kind of rocking. Like you could hear the stadium rocking. Yeah, it's like, damn, this is crazy, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you the most electrifying time I've ever been in the stadium, and it probably mirrors the Music City Miracle is when Derrick Henry had his 99-yard run. And Hawk, I think you were there.
I was at the game.
Oh my God, y'all!
Yeah,
you talking about the stadium rocking? And so, guys, if you, and I know we got a lot of fans from everywhere. Like I know North Carolina, Christians in North Carolina. We got fans in LA. We got fans in Mexico. If you guys get a chance, come to a game. Come to a game, man. I know it's not the same. It's different than what it was back in the day. But if you guys ever get a chance, man, come support. Like definitely come support.
Yep.
Let's see. Right. Tommy, I see the Dobbs playing the defense cannot just watch Derrick Henry. They got to worry about Dobbs throwing the ball. Yeah, you know what? Even with that, again, it's one game.
Yep.
Now we got tape on you, and we can look at your tendencies, and we can say, hey, he does this. And now they got Derrick Henry in there. We're not scared of Derrick Henry. There's a lot of factors in it. I hope it goes that way. I hope it goes to where they're scared and they're terrified, but we'll see. We'll definitely
we got 73 people in the chat, folks. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit that like button for sure, man. You know what I mean? Sir. Hit that like button.
Yes, sir. Tennessee T, I see. So I feel bad for Malik. I think they were giving up on him. Hawk, do you think they're giving up on Malik?
I don't think so. I literally just think it's a situation is we got one game.
Yep.
And putting the pressure on a rookie, I don't really think it's giving up on him, to be honest with you. I don't I haven't heard Mike Vrabel say anything about it. He's always spoke a lot of confidence about him, so he just needs time. So I don't. And it might look like that. I get it, but I just think we just need more of a veteran presence at the moment to try to get over this hump. That's all.
Yep, and I agree. I just think right now you just need to have Malik because you don't want, like you said, you don't want to put that pressure on him. You put a pressure on a rookie to try to get to the playoffs. That's hard, bro. That's hard. And I just think, too, and Vrabel already said it today. He's like, man, Malik has done some great things, and he's going to continue to do some good things. Let me say this. If Dobbs does good, Tannehill ain't coming back. I'm just saying, okay? If he wins a playoff game, Tannehill is gone, okay? I'm just saying. Captain Tripp says Burks didn't play versus Jack. He showed, didn't. Did he play? He did not. So, again, that's why I'm praising the Dobbs, but I'm also praising Burks. Guys, we get Burks back, okay? Now you got to get creative, and we got to get super creative to score points. At this point, man, we got to score points. We've done good things, but we need points.
We got to score. We got to score points. And so, to your point earlier, Jacques, and this is facts, no paper. We got to have everybody playing at top level against Jack. Everybody should have an opportunity to play and try to get opportunities for us to mix it up, man. Hey, Todd Down has got to dig in his playbook for sure. If it's a secret playbook somewhere in Mars, he needs to take that trip up there with NASA and grab that playbook and make it happen for sure. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So
Yeah,
yeah,
you gotta get hella creative, man. I just like I said with Dobbs, and it's not fair to Dobbs. Let me say this: Dobbs is putting pressure on Dobbs too, guys, because you're telling Dobbs to come in here and win a game to get us to the playoffs. You see what I'm saying? So now that's why I said it's not fair to him to say, "Hey, Dobbs, do your thing." Yeah, he's the quarterback, but you need the receivers to catch the damn ball, right? Because I think that hurt him last night too. Robert Woods, I don't know what the hell's going on with Robert Woods. He made it up with the touchdown catch. But bro, you got to help your young quarterback out because he's still
yeah,
young at the end of the day.
that's right. That's right.
Help him
That's right.
out. Help him out. Don't. Again, you need talent, man. And if you let me say this, guys, if you do bring back Dobbs, you got to build around him too. You just can't say, "Hey, Dobbs, we're gonna ride with the same. You're gonna be Patrick Mahomes." Hell no. Let me ask you, Hawk. I ain't gonna say that. Never mind. Never mind. I ain't gonna ask that question. Let's see. Let's see. Is it impossible for Long to be evaluated? No, I think Long. Well,
I think he might have a chance. I haven't heard they hadn't put him on IR, so that tells you
you
right there
sure?
it's a possibility that David
Yeah.
Long will play. And I
Oh,
think it'll be if David Long plays, that'll be huge for sure.
$20 super check, Damon. Thank you, bro.
Okay.
Craig, show like always, fellas, tighten up. Great show, like always, fellas, tighten up. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, Damon, as always, bro, we appreciate it, man. Damon, tighten up. Do 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 do.
Boom,
Do 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 do.
boom.
Damon, tighten up in the building. Heavy. Appreciate it, Damon.
Right, and this is the most important key. P Shark, you get damn near the comment of the show, bro. Protect the football.
Right.
Protect the damn football. Protect the football. Like that's why we lost.
Yep.
That's why we lost. I mean, it wasn't nothing they did special. And if 904 Jags were here, that's why we lost. I was at the game. Derrick Henry fumbles. You be like, damn, okay. Didn't we throw an interception too?
Yeah, we had I know we had one interception. We had two fumbles. I want to say we had two. I'd have to go back. Yeah, we had 4 turnovers.
Yes.
4. You can't get it. You can't get it. And a muff punt. And a muff punt. And a muff punt.
Yes.
So turnovers. Yeah, protect the football. And I would say, y'all, honestly, I do think, against Jacksonville, I think Josh Dobbs will at least throw one interception. Anticipate that.
So?
Anticipate one pick.
Yeah.
At least one pick. Anticipate that.
Yeah.
And if not, if Derrick Henry ain't careful, anticipate a fumble. And be careful with that, right? Because one thing I give Jacksonville credit, they go for the ball. Like Jacksonville, they're not a big defense, they are a fast defense. And so we have guys like that, they're going to all try to crowd up and do things. So just even on, they play a lot of zone. And they do a lot of underneath coverage. So, Rayshawn Jenkins, the safety, he's a playmaker out there. Number 2, he's a playmaker. So we'll talk more about that when we talk about the Jags.
Yeah, we'll hold that on. We'll hold it, like you said. Jeff says, does Woods have an issue catching the ball over his left shoulder? Let me say this. People saying Robert Woods is trash. Robert Woods is not trash, okay? Right. Robert Woods has played some great football throughout his career. You're just in a situation where you have an offensive coordinator that kind of doesn't know what he has, right? Robert Woods is in a situation, he was in a system where it was more of like a zone offense. You know what I'm saying? Where he can stand in his zone and catch. Now, again, some of those throws were a little high. I got to give it to him. You're not throwing to a 6'5" receiver. You got to use him in a way where it makes sense. So, no, I kept hearing that Woods is trash. No, Woods is not trash. He's just not using him right. That's the only thing. So, let's see. Oh, got another one. Do you guys like primetime games or 12 o'clock games? Hawk, which one you prefer?
Well, I like primetime games because it's the only game that's on TV. Your day is done. You get to sit down, drink your good cold beer, man, and watch the game. I like primetime games. I do. I like them both. It doesn't matter to me, honestly, to be honest with you.
I like – go ahead. Keep going, Hawk. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I prefer primetime games because, again, that's the only game on TV, and I'm not sitting there flipping through channels. And it's like it's all Titans 100%. I'm sitting back, even though the Titans game is always on. But you know what I mean? I'm completely – just sitting there watching the Titans, man, for sure. And even I think the bad thing about primetime games is at nighttime, if you're at the game, and I've been to primetime games at night, when you come home at like 12 o'clock tired, that's the only knock I got for that. So What about you, Jacques?
I love primetime games. The ones that I see on TV and the ones I've been to, they're amazing, bro. Like last night was amazing. Like they cut the lights off. I'm telling you, the atmosphere. I think for me, primetime games and the atmosphere. I watched the game. Don't get me wrong, guys. But the atmosphere in a night game and it's prime time, you lit, you having a good time with your homies and your peoples. That's what I live for, bro. Like life's too short, man. I just say it. You feel me? Let's see. Okay, so Lion Kings. Okay, first I want to go to this. This is our Super Bowl for the year with the Jags.
This is. It's the AFC. We're in the AFC Championship game. This is
Yep.
it. This is
Dobbs.
it.
Let's see. Do you think we do better defensively against the Jags this time? Yes, I do. Do you think so, Hawk?
I think so. Yeah, because we'll have hopefully David Long, Christian Fulton, Jeffrey Simmons, Denico Autry. We got players, Amani Hooker. We better. We better. Yeah.
We better. Titan South. I was drunk at last night watching in Vegas. Hey man, that's a hell of a place to watch it in Vegas.
Man,
bro.
that's all right, dude. That's
Woo-hoo.
all, man. That's all right, Titan South. Man,
Hey.
that's great, bro. Titan South. Do 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 do. Boom. Titan South in the building from or in Vegas. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's see here. Yeah, Max said he's like primetime game. Primetime games are amazing, bro. I don't know what it is, bro. It's just what it is. Let's see. You hope he'll return prime time. I mean, to the prime king, but I don't know. Let's see. Dobbs is the spark we needed. Yes, he's the spark you needed. The game against Jags probably will get flexed.
Late show. Facts, no paper. It better be flexed, right? It's the AFC champ. It's the most important game of most games in the NFL next week.
But is it a watcher though? I'm just saying, like, if I'm a, you know what, I'm gonna ask my other, you Hawk, you got a lot of people that are other fans of other teams. Yeah. Is it really a watcher? Right? Like, is it really a watcher? For us, it's a watcher. But for everybody else, if I'm a regular fan of other team, do I really want to watch the Titans and the Jags? Not really. But for us, I'll be excited. It'll be nice to be flexed, and it'll be nice.
Yes, sir.
But I hope it is. But I think they'll find other games that they can flex and be like, nah, this game. So it's an intriguing game, but the star power, you got Dobbs, and I think only people. Yeah, it could be flex. I hope it's flex, but I just don't think how the NFL is. The NFL don't respect the Titans. They don't care about the Titans, man. So it is what it is. And you know, hey, let me say this: if Dobbs can win you a playoff game, he can take you to the promised land and win you a Super Bowl, man. You struck gold, bro. You struck gold. Dobbs is amazing, man. If you can win us a Super Bowl, I hope it is. I hope anybody can win us a Super Bowl. I hope they do, man. I hope Dobbs take us to the playoffs and win a game. Because if he wins us a game in the playoffs, guys, that's a slap in Tannehill's face. He did something that Tannehill couldn't do. He won us a playoff game. I'm just saying. So if he wins next week, and you know what I would like to see? I would like to see the Titans win with authority. I would like that. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I would like to see them actually whoop up on the Jags so bad, like they whooped up on us. But if he wins us a playoff game, Hawk, let me ask you this: if Dobbs wins us a playoff game, would you bring him back as the starter?
No,
you still wouldn't.
I would just have him to compete, but I wouldn't be going into the season. He's our starting quarterback. No.
Okay.
No. Just
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you this in the chat: would if Dobbs wins us a playoff game, would you bring him back as a starter? Let me see. He might. Is he the first quarterback? I think he is the first quarterback to start for the Titans, ain't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, we haven't had no UT quarterbacks here.
Yeah.
It hasn't really been a lot of UT of the last 20 years. There's not been a lot of UT quarterbacks in the league in general.
That's true.
At all, actually.
Herndon might be the first one that can come in and be a starter day one. Because is Herndon coming out this year or next year?
I keep hearing this year.
Okay, if he can come out and he can start right away. Yeah. Then I would say boom. Now, Rocky Yeet, I ain't gave my answer yet. I just a question. He said, I agree with Hawk. Stanley says, hell yeah. Minister, we know you're a UT fan. We know you a Dobbs supporter. So he said, smartest quarterback in the NFL. Hawk, he's saying he's the smartest quarterback, which he probably is. He's a rocket. What was his major? Rocket science?
Rocket science. It was it's a name for it. He had a 4.0 G. And I mean, just because you're smart in your books doesn't mean that you are the smartest quarterback in the league when it comes to just playing football. You can be smart, but you got to be athletic. So you got to have the mind. It's a whole lot that goes with it. A smart brain doesn't equal a strong arm. All that got to go, go with it as well too. But I bring it just for Dylan. Just answer me. Yeah, just competition.
So I agree with you, Hawk. I agree with you. Bring him in as competition. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
No, but I'll still move on from Tannehill. He'll have to compete with someone else. I agree with it. I like
aerospace engineering.
Okay, so he can build rockets. He can take things to NASA. Oh yeah, that kid is smart. Let me say this: once he's done with the NFL, He's gonna be an amazing mind, bro. Dude's gonna
Yeah.
be amazing. He's gonna be amazing. Shout out to him, man. I didn't know he was an aerospace engineer major, man.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to you, Josh. Keep it up, bro. Keep it up. Hendon Hooker's coming out this year, but he's coming out for torn ACL. That
Torn
is true.
ACL, exactly.
That is
Right.
true.
Correct.
That is true. That is true.
Yep.
That is
Yep.
true. That is true.
Yeah. If we want to draft somebody from UT, let's draft Jalen Hyatt.
Yes, I
him.
agree. I
Yeah.
agree 100%. Hey, you talking my language now, Hawk.
Yeah.
If you want
yeah.
to draft somebody from UT, get Jalen. He's a beast at receiver. I would definitely bring him in. Look at him. Bring him in. They got a lineman too that I like. What's his name?
An offensive lineman or
Yes,
or a
it's
defensive lineman?
it's an O lineman.
Okay.
So Sean, I'm gonna tell you this: when I say Tannehill has never won a playoff game, I am not counting Tannehill as when we went to the AFC Championship. It was the Derrick Henry show. Derrick Henry broke records in that playoff run. It was literally Derrick Henry. Okay, when I go back and look at that now, when Derrick Henry kind of broke down in the AFC Championship and we needed a player or two from Tannehill, he couldn't do it. The next year, he threw an interception in the Ravens game. And then last year, when you needed Tannehill to step up, what did he do? He threw 4 interceptions. So again, yes, Darnell Williams. Yes, sir.
It's not Darnell. I know who y'all talking about. It's Darnell Wright.
Darnell, yes, Hawk, yes.
Yeah.
He's another one that
Right.
you need to look
Yeah.
at. We need help, guys, not just at quarterback. You got other holes on this roster that you need to look into. So I like that, Hawk. The Hyatt guy is Hyatt is, man. He's bring him in. Bring him in. Ken, do you guys really think the Titans? We'll talk about it on our, okay, guys. We'll talk about the Jags on our pregame. So just unless Hawk, you want to get into it now, but I think we want to wait till the pregame.
Right.
Let's see. You know what? He did. The thing about Racy, I would like to see Racy stay on his feet instead of every time he throws a bomb to him, he fell. Because he had 2 bombs thrown to him. He had one from Malik in preseason and one in this game. And I'm like,
Yep.
Racy, stay on your feet, man.
Yeah.
You're not helping your quarterback when you do that. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And so, come on now. You'll bring him back because he's 27 years of age. Okay. I mean, hey, I respect everybody's opinion. Bring him back. If you think he can compete, bring him back. Bring him back. Let's see. Tannehill is the best quarterback in NFL. He's wide receiver.
Let me address this comment from 904 Duval. All right, so Tannehill on a slick, when you look at his quarterback percentages and his quarterback rating, even this season, actually was pretty good this year. He actually did pretty well this year. He didn't throw a lot of yards and he did not throw a lot of touchdowns. So I'm going to preface that, right? But I want to say I think he was above 90% in quarterback rating. To put that in perspective, Josh Dobbs had a 67 quarterback rating yesterday. You see what I'm saying? So Tannehill, of course, he's not going to take us to the promised land. I mean, and winning the Super Bowl. I mean, the Cincinnati game was on his shoulders for sure. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if he was the best at hitting receivers open off play action, but he was damn good. I tell you that in that regard. That was his bread and butter. Fake it to Derrick Henry. The defense comes in, see who's open. He made the read. But anytime he had to go back and surface the field, and especially if you run a zone and you run underneath coverage, that was Tannehill's curse, bro. That's him, Josh Dobbs, and Malik Willis. Those are 3 things that I've seen that they all do. When it comes to underneath coverage, they don't read the defense well. It's an interception.
Yep. Can I add to that? If all 3 of them have a problem with that, Hawk, what's the number one denominator that feeds into that? When your offensive coordinator calls these underneath routes, why are they having an issue? All 3 of them having an issue throwing underneath routes and throwing interceptions. When I look at that, I look at these routes that Todd Downing schemes. They're all close together, right? You know, when you play football, you got to spread the defense out, right? So I think if the defense was more spread, if they spread the offense out a little bit more, I think those underneath routes would be better because Tannehill wasn't having that issue when Arthur Smith was here. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I can't be mad at Dobbs, Malik, and Tannehill when I see an offensive coordinator that puts him in a situation where they mess up. Now the reads, that's on them, right? That's on them. Why read and why do that and throw it there and then go from there? Now, real quick, I want to get to this. He says, "What do y'all think about the wide receiver from TCU, 6'4"? You know what, Hawk? I sent Hawk tape on this kid,
and I've seen him. I've seen him play. Yeah.
What you think, Hawk? You like him?
Yeah, I like him a lot. So I saw him early this season. Me and my oldest son were just watching the TCU game. They were playing I forgot who they were playing. Then we saw him against Baylor, but I already seen him. And before I even knew anything about him, I saw him. I was like, man, number one, that's a tall receiver right there. And I was like, he's about 6'4", 6'5". And he had a touchdown. He had several catches. I said, I'm gonna check on this guy. I started doing research. I was like, oh, I told him all of a sudden, oh, he's a possible first round pick. He reminds me of Mike Williams on the Chargers. He looks to me plays just like him.
And but I think he runs better routes than him. I do, and I think he's a little bit. When I was looking at his routes, I say he's a little bit twitchier on his routes than Mike Williams, but he got the height and the speed of Mike Williams. When I was looking, I said, oh, he's really twitchy. He's really and I'm like, okay, I like this kid. So I wouldn't be opposed to bringing him in. Bring him. You got him. I know Marvin Harrison Jr. I think Hawk, you said he's not eligible to come out this year.
Right.
You got the kid Hyatt from UT. You got the kid from Ohio State. What's the kid from Ohio State? Hawk?
Smith Najeri.
Yes, he's pretty good.
Right. Yep.
You got Josh Downs, I think, from North Carolina.
North Carolina, yep.
He has.
You got Cedric Tillman from UT. Mr. Jones with that. Yep. Cedric Tillman is good.
Yep. So you got a slew of options that I think. Let me say, I hope. I'm not saying think. I hope they pick one of these receivers that we can add to the stable, because Traylon just can't be Traylon. It has to be Traylon, that receiver, new receiver we bring in, Kyle Phillips. You even keep him because he'll have his second year. You need to start building up this receiving core. Jordan Addison, yep. You got Jordan Addison. You got to start building up this receiving core to whoever the quarterback is can kind of throw to these guys, and we can spread them out. But ultimately, you need a GM to do that.
Yep, exactly.
You need a GM. Guys, you got to think about it. Yeah, we talking now, but do y'all have any GM ideas? Hawk, do you have, hold on, Hawk. We got another one. I forgot. Did y'all see the one pass play where two receivers were on the same route? Can't remember if it was the interception or the fourth down play, but Burks and another receiver in beside. You see what I'm saying, Stanley? You see what I'm saying, Hawk?
Yep.
Let's go ahead and give him that boom, 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 boom.
Yes, sir. Stanley Wilson. Hey, bro, we appreciate it, bro. Stanley Wilson. Do-do-do-do. Boom. Stanley Wilson in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes. So, Stanley, that's my point. You have these receivers running in the same vicinity, and they're running into each other. They're knocking each other. And it's like the quarterbacks are like, you know what? I'm just going to have to throw it up and figure it out. You see what I'm saying? Who I need to throw to. There was one play where Josh rolled out, and he was rolling out. He was looking at Hooper. He was trying to get it to Hooper, but wasn't nobody else open. I'm like, well, Todd, why didn't you just dial Hooper here and then run across her that way where Josh can stop and just throw it that way? So you still have an offensive coordinator problem. Somebody said they think Josh was calling his own plays. He probably was, bro. Now, Hawk, I've asked this question. Who do you think the next GM should be? People are saying Jeff Fisher. No, I will not touch Jeff Fisher with a stick.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I haven't done enough research to answer that, so I don't know. That's tough because a lot of times it comes from, probably from another organization on some things from a promotion standpoint. So I can understand people saying Jeff Fisher because, again, on the flip side of it, I don't know who else. I don't know.
I do. I got a couple. I got a theory and I got a guy that I would like. Theo Riddick.
I've heard people say that.
Yep, Theo Riddick. Theo Riddick is a pretty solid GM. Theo Riddick is pretty solid, guys. You might want to look at Theo Riddick if you don't know who it is. Theo Riddick. Again, but I honestly think how this organization is built and how they think. Don't be surprised if it's somebody from within the organization that becomes our next GM. I'm just saying, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised one bit if it's somebody that comes in and I like what you guys are saying, like Eddie George, Jeff Fisher,
Louis Riddick. Theo Riddick plays in the NFL.
Louis,
I knew who you was talking about.
Yeah, my bad, James. Yeah, Louis Riddick. Yeah, Louis Riddick is a pretty solid, proven commodity when it comes to being a GM. Will it happen? I don't know. There was another GM that they was mentioning, Smith, from when he was with the Texans when Bill O'Brien and them was there. And I know he's brought in some solid players. You know what I mean? So here we go. Watch this, Hawk. Look at this. Mike Vrabel for GM and head coach. No, sir. No, sir. I don't like my coach being the GM. I want you to focus on head coaching. I don't want you to have the responsibility of being a GM because it's just having too much on your plate. And I'm asking you to say, hey, you need to do this, this, and this. And we've seen it happen with the Texans. See what happened to Bill O'Brien, right?
Right.
Just saying. Bill O'Brien.
Yep. So I would personally like to get somebody that's sort of like a player personnel on a winning team, maybe like the Eagles or the 49ers.
Like you,
who have they've been able to bring in good players, and that going from a player personnel to a GM is a promotion. So I would like to maybe look into something in that Eagles, 49ers, the
so
Vikings. Now the one guy that's a player personnel for the Titans is Ryan Cowden, and
mhm,
like you said, I don't know if they would try to push him up as a
mhm,
GM. I wouldn't be shocked if they did that, but I
mhm.
would rather look for some other, so like maybe a VP of a player personnel on another team, like the Eagles
like
or
how
the
you
49ers.
like how you did John Robinson. That's basically what it was with John Robinson. But I like the
Yeah,
organizations you mentioned, Hawk. Listen to what you said. The Eagles or the 49ers. Those two franchises have done great things in the past 5 years. And
yeah,
those two organizations are on the way to the playoffs and probably the Super Bowl. So I like what you think. Facts no paper, Hawk. I like what you're putting down. I like what
yeah,
you're putting down because that tells me that's a progressive thinking way of thinking. I like the homegrown thing, but I'm tired of the homegrown thing of bringing in the organization. We need a fresh mind to come in here and say, hey, we need to change this, and this to elevate us up to this. And I think a lot of fans are not used to that. And I just think we need that. I know Minister Jones said Peyton Manning. How did you feel about Peyton Manning, bro? I don't know if Peyton Manning not going to do it, but how do you feel about Peyton Manning?
Peyton Manning is a name. I don't know. I mean, he doesn't have no experience as a personnel guy within an organization, so it's just a name. So I
Right.
don't. I can't say, yeah, let's go get Peyton. I would rather have someone that has some experience. So I'd say
Right.
no, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, Chris says I agree. We need a fresh perspective. Yes, we do. I just think Vrabel right now is seeing the clouds, and I think he needs somebody to come in that's on his level to kind of say to challenge Vrabel, right? And to
Yep.
say, hey, we're gonna give you full range, but also if I don't like what you're putting down, and I can see us going a different direction, hey, let's go that direction. We need to be on the same page. And I think John Robinson and Mike Vrabel wasn't on the same page. And I'm not just saying that just to be saying it, but I just don't think they were on the same page.
Yeah, bring somebody in here that's got an experience with. If we want a culture change, look at a GM, a VP from a winning team that's been winning for a while. Get some
Right.
experience here. You know what I'm saying? And I would get that. And I see somebody made a comment about John Lynch, kind of how with Peyton Manning
Yeah.
being okay, and John Lynch kind of doing the same as an ex-player. But John Lynch has had experience before he was the GM for the 49ers. He had worked with the Broncos for a while as well too. So he has had that experience. So I wouldn't just being a GM is a big deal. Being a GM is damn. You got the owner and you got the VP, but you got the GM is right there. That's a big job. There's a
Right.
whole lot of jobs underneath the GM. So
Mm-hmm.
that's taking on a big job for sure.
Right. And I think Manning already said he didn't want to do it. He doesn't want to be
Yeah.
just I think UT offered him a big role, and I think he
Right.
took it, but he's just not. The Peyton Man is chilling, man. He said, I'm kind of just enjoying time being retired. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Artificial intelligence.
That's funny.
Hey,
The
AI.
coach, the coach can take Peyton Manning as their coach since since they
They
like that
could.
that approach. Hire former coaches with no experience to be a head coach.
Right,
Go against the
right,
norm.
right.
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah,
All
man.
right, guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna take one more and then we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, guys. So one
Yep.
more question and we out of here. We out of here. Jameson says, I agree, need some fresh eyes. I mean, it's true. And sometimes you need a fresh perspective on just life and just some things, even at your job. You might be doing something that you think is working, but your team is failing. You need to figure out, hey, what am I doing wrong to kind of just elevate my team? So
That's
yeah,
right.
man. Yeah.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
let's see.
I was trying to look at those names, and again, I have no, I've not done any research on these guys as
Right.
far as the Eagles and the 49ers. But you got Brandon Brown, who's the Eagles director of player personnel, and also Rand Carthon. Now, I've heard of Rand Carthon before. They say he received his promotion last year and manages the 49ers pro scouting department. I remember when he played in the NFL too. I think he played with the Giants. Carthon was a fullback. And Brandon Brown, I don't know much about him, but the Eagles and 49ers, they are the director of player personnel. They have changed the whole landscape of those teams.
They
Bringing a guy
show.
like that, man.
Yep, I agree, Hawk.
Yep.
I agree. I
Yep.
agree. You need something from a organization that, especially I would like somebody from the Eagles, man. I like what they're doing. I like what they're doing. I like what they're doing in both organizations because they've drafted very well. Even when they've had
Yep.
lower draft picks, they've drafted very well, man. They've done some great things. They know when to hit, when not to hit, when to go, what personnel we need to bring in. So, yeah, man. Yeah, thank you,
Yep.
Jameson.
Thank you, Jameson. Thank you.
Yes, early. Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
it
you.
definitely need a
Yes, he was
fresh.
a fullback for the New York
Fullback.
Giants. I
Yep,
remember him. Matt
yep.
and Rodney Hampton was the running back. And
You,
Carthon was really. I mean, again, just because he played great football, to me, he's a great GM. But I was like, that name sounded familiar, and I was like, that's where he was from.
yep. Nope, you're right. And you Titan South, you're right. We would have blew. We would have towed the Rams up. We would have beat the Rams like we beat them the first time that year. We definitely would have. That's how confident me and Hawk was. We would have beat them. We would have definitely beat them if we would have got the shot to go. If we
That's
Denzel
right.
Washington.
That's right.
Hawk, but
Thanks.
this will be the last question. Let me ask you this: if we do hire from within, right? Hypothetically speaking, and we hire what's the guy you just mentioned?
His name is shoot. Let me
You
see if I
just
can
named.
find it real quick. I just asked on the tip of my tongue too. It's ah,
Ooh,
go for it. Go. Ryan Cowden.
right county. If
Yeah,
we
because
was
he had come here from I think he came here from Carolina before he
okay,
came to the Titans. He's been with us for a while, like 5 years, 6 years, something like that. But he's
if we
been here for a while as the VP of player personnel.
if we elevated him, would you have confidence that he would build this team? And we don't know this, but this hypothetically speaking, would you have confidence that he would take this team and we would elevate this team quickly?
No,
I know it's a hard decision, but okay, I
no,
agree.
I
I
wouldn't.
agree.
No.
I
Mm.
agree. Now, this will be the
Nope.
last question for the night. I like this question. DeAndre Ray says KB or Keith Bullitt being best, most consistent defensive player, Titans player. I got my answer. Who do you think, Hall?
What's your answer, Jacques?
Kevin Byard by far. KB by far.
Yeah. Yeah.
KB by far. He might be
Yep.
your best defensive player in, well, no. Because I'm thinking we've had some nice defensive guys. Devon Curse rookie year was pretty solid.
Yep.
But consistently, he might be pushing to be one of your best defensive players in this organization, bro.
That's right.
27 interceptions. You can't. That's hard to do.
Yep.
And
He just broke. It's my answer, same Kevin Byard.
okay,
He just broke a record, man, for the Titans. And again, he leads the NFL in interceptions since he's been here. And that's what he did in college. He gets interceptions. And so Kevin Byard is an all pro. I don't think Keith Bullock's ever made all pro. Keith Bullock has made some Pro Bowls, but not all pro.
Right.
I think Kevin Byard's done it twice. So it's Kevin Byard by far.
Yes. And I know you said it's Jarrell Casey, but I still just think the way the accomplishments that Kevin Byard, and I hope he gets to the Hall of Fame one day, what he's doing. I don't know the criteria, but he's 27 interceptions, guys. Hell, to get an interception period is hard. But 27? 27? That's incredible. That's incredible.
It is.
Shout out to KB, bro. I appreciate John Robinson bringing you in, and things that you've done for this organization, dog. So keep balling, bro. Keep balling.
That's right.
Take us
well,
out,
ladies and gentlemen, we want to say thank you, y'all. This ends the show. We want to say thank you. We got up almost to 80 folks here on the show, so we appreciate it and everything. I know we went a bit early, but man, hey, we have folks still here, and we appreciate you all supporting us, joining the show, putting in your comments, the super chats and everything. It's always as active, and man, we really do appreciate it. Jacques and I just was not too long ago, man, just yesterday, man, we were special guests on a show. Y'all got to check her out, man. It's the I Am Courtney Michelle show. I'm going to see if I think I got a picture of, this is her caption here. I Am Courtney Michelle. We were special guests on that, going over some movies, in particular, The Best Man, final chapters. So y'all check that out. If you want to, check us out on Instagram, you can check us out at Tennessee Titans Weekly, on Twitter at Titans Weekly 24/7. As well, you can hit us on TikTok at Tennessee Titans Weekly as well.
Yes, and when you do check out those platforms, please subscribe. And like you said, man, that was a fun show yesterday that we did to review the Best Man holiday. I mean, the Best Man, the final chapter. And Hawk got to get his feet wet with the critic eye. And he did a good job, bro. I think I give you credit, man. You did a real good job of breaking down the movie, man. So keep up the good work, dog. And again, we will definitely hopefully get a win next week, but we'll just stay tuned for our post game. But hey, go ahead and take us out, Hawk.
Yes, sir. And for those who have ever watched it, Courtney is my sister. She's my little sister, man. So we love this podcast thing, man. You know what I mean? That's my little sis for sure. So yeah, there you go, Stan. Yeah, that's my sister, man, for sure. So y'all, hey, we hope y'all have a great weekend and everything, man. You know, there's no Titans games this weekend, so you get a break, I guess. Hopefully the
Right.
Titans do the same with this extra few days to get some rest and to get ready for Jacksonville. We'll do the pregame at some point next week. Be on the lookout as the season's getting close to the end, y'all. It is. So, hey, as we always say, y'all, facts.
No paper.